Yeah, I got you, buddy. I'm gonna beat
no,
you.
you didn't. No, you didn't. That's crap, man. Oh.
Dang.
Hi. Hi, we're the Gamer Bros.
I'm Joe.
I'm James.
Today we'll be reviewing Sonic 3D Blast.
Yup. Joe! What are you, mental? We're reviewing Sonic 3D Blast right now, man. You know, for the Genesis. Just pop it in and play.
Wait, what are we doing?
I already told you, bud. We're reviewing Sonic 3D Blast for the Genesis, man. Well, anyway, here's the introduction. It's a pixelated mess. Almost everything looks like it's the same color. Sonic is the same color as the sky.
Well, without further ado, let's get started. Right here, well, when you click on Start, it'll show you a brief interview, well, pretty much what the whole point of the game is, and you'll learn that Dr. Robotnik stole all these little birds called Flickies and put them into robots to do his deed.
Yeah, and this is really poorly written, the introduction. Well, the gameplay is pretty good, though. Let's get started. As you can see, your average Sonic game, go around loop-de-loops, collect rings, even has all the classic Sonic noises. Only difference is that they put their hands in Traveler's Tales pockets, not Sonic teams. And this was only Traveler's Tales' 4th or 5th game they ever made.
Well, personally, I think they did pretty well, Traveler's Tales, in making, well, the first 3D Sonic game. They made the gameplay, it's pretty simple. If the Sega controller was a little easier to control, Sonic moves pretty weird because of the way the remote is.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird controller design. But you can change the controls on the menu screen, so it's not that bad. If you happen to get this for a virtual console, which you shouldn't because it's just a rip-off, 800 viewpoint, or Mega Collection, you can use the joystick, which isn't much better. Actually, the control pad is a better means of control.
So pretty much, you have to go around and collect and kill robots which drop little birds, and you have to collect them and throw them into the hoop. And after you collect all 5, the little hoop above the portal will disappear, and you'll be able to leave this level in advance. Pretty much what you do the entire game.
Yeah, it can't be any simpler than that. And there are 3 acts to each zone, 3 zones to each act, sorry. And at the end, for Act 3, you verse a boss. And each boss is different, but it's always Robotnik, you know, like in the original games.
Like normal, the bosses get harder as each level you go.
Yeah, it's pretty much your average Sonic game, except 3D. And people think it's like the Mario Bros. 2, but it's not. It's still Sonic. You still can do everything you could do in the other games. But it's just not the same thing. You're not scrolling 2D like on a horizontal line like you were in the original games.
So here's the Panic Puppet Zone. We both agreed that we think this is one of the funner levels.
Are you smoking crack? It's not the Panic Puppet Zone, man. Yeah, there is a big difference, man. This is the Carnival Zone.
Well then, the Carnival Zone. Well, we both think it's probably the funnest level in the game.
I would agree with him there. It's kind of annoying, just because of the isometric controls. But I think this is definitely the best level in the game. This is the one they did best on.
As you can see, well, each level adds something new and cool to the game. It could be something like a like a new enemy or anything like that.
Yeah, every level has new enemies. I like this level because the spikes pop out of the ground. It just makes it a whole lot fun, whole lot more fun and challenging. And if you hit into those balloons, they pop and make you fly higher. It is a pretty neat feature to the game.
So, yeah, I don't have anything.
Yeah, he usually finds himself speechless when it comes to level, because it's so good. It's such a good level.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, you don't really need to explain much about this level. I had to review this level. I'd give it 9 out of 9.
Well, here is the final boss. This is probably the funnest boss to verse.
Well, he must be, since he's the only one we're showing you guys. He is the funnest boss, in my opinion. And he's pretty much self-explanatory. You know, he's the final boss. He's going to be the hardest one in the game. Well, Joe, you have anything to say about this boss?
Yeah, at the beginning he does the same thing, and you have to beat him twice, except each time you verse. So let's take this little hand thing for instance. You do it once, then you have to beat 2 more phases. If you beat those, you go all the way back to the beginning and verse him almost all over again, harder, and
it's kind of like a cycle. You beat this first ring, you go around in a circle, then you go around in it again. We're only gonna do the second circle because it'll take like 10 minutes to beat the whole boss. I think it's kind of funny that they put a red nose on the robot, you know, and a mustache. Why couldn't they just make it like a neat-looking robot? And here's the final hit. And this is one of the most disappointing aspects of the game, because you can just stand in this corner and not get hit by any of the bullets.
Here's the irony of it, this is supposed to be the hardest hit to get. Well, right here, you can see we've just beaten the final boss, which was a disappointment to a lot of people because they wanted the game to just keep going.
I think after 7 acts, it's filling, but it wouldn't be that bad with 10.